Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone and depending from where you're watching us from. This is Biafra Watchman TV. We are here once again to set the record straight, to say it the way it is, without fear or favor. Week one, Biafrans. And I know this guy, this Dimkpa Benin. Dimkpa Benin, I saw the video you made. I heard all the things you said. And I paid close attention so that I will not, misquote you or misinterpret you. So I want to say it the way you stated it in that video, the little one I could watch. In that very video, you said, I alleged or I said that in the video you made, that Oge Nkere is responsible for the massacre, the onslaught that happened during the festive period, the Christmas festive period. In that same video, you said Oge Nkere don't have what it takes, don't have the guts. In that same video, you said Oge Nkere enabled Nigerian military or Nigerian government for that massacre because he was bribed or paid $150 million. In that same video, you said you still maintain your stand or you still stood your ground that such amount of money was paid to Oge Nkere. That since I've heard their video, that means Oge Nkere have already heard the video. Do you know amount of money you called? But before I proceed, I want to warn you. Biafrans will bear me witness. Biafrans will bear me witness. Because in that video, you said something. You said, if I continue, it will be a media war. Also, that you will fish me wherever I am, or wherever am I, as the case may be. Do I look like somebody that they threaten? Do I look like a Jew man? Do I look like somebody that they threaten? I'm not a child boy. My head day game, my head day dear. You cannot threaten me. Oh. I am not the kind of person you threaten. If you want to say whatever you want to say, you are free to say whatever you want to say because there's freedom of speech. It's welcome, it's allowed. But to threaten me is what I will not take. I will not take it lightly. Oh. It gets now. I will not take it lightly. Don't threaten me. Don't blackmail me. Don't speak lies against my person. Whatever you want to say about me, make sure it's factual. Make sure it's factual. Let me not digress. In that video, you said, why is it that when, what's her name? Ngozi Orabeze, Ezobika, Blessing Ezobika. You said, why is it that when she called, what's his name? Oge Nkere for auditing or accountability, that Oge refused. In that video I addressed, you said PM called Oge and Oge declined. And you are telling Biafrans that the PM, Simon Ekpa, we know, will call Oge Nkere for questioning because of the amount of money you mentioned. And Oge Nkere will decline to answer or honor his invitation to throw more highlights on how the money came about. And PM will keep silent. Simon Ekpa, we know, the Prime Minister we know, will keep silent. Biafrans, do you guys believe this thing? Do you guys believe this thing? I told you don't know how to lie. Do you know what is 150 million US dollars? 150 million US dollars. Biafrans, do you people think that that money will enter that account? Because he said it's a government in exile account. Such amount of money will enter the account. And American financial institution or whatever will not call, or the bank will not call people who are signatory to that account. Because I said such an account, Oge is not the only person signatory to the account, because it's a corporate account. There's no how individual can run such an account. Bank will not summon, because bank will have monitored how money enters and how money goes out. And bank have known the maximum of amount of money that enters the account. If such amount of money enter the account, they must call people who are signatory to account to ask them questions. Even they will hold the money from the central bank. They will hold the money. Then after the people who are signatory to the account clarify the purpose of that money coming into their account, they will now step the money down into the account. That's how it's being done all over the world, even in Nigeria. So now we want you, since you said you still stood your ground, we want you to show Biafrans the payment slip. We want to see the payment slip of that money, because this is not this transaction. Transaction goes with evidence, with proof. So the proof of payment is the payment slip. We want to see the payment slip. Not by holding pen and come and be talking cock and bull. Do you think that every Biafrans are Aramajiris that are following in Ngozorabeze? Because before now, we will think that people who are following DOS are the Aramajiris we have in Biafra. Now we've known that even the DOS people, they are more smarter. People who are following DOS, they are more smarter than people who are following somebody like you and then Ngozorabeze. Because you can't tell me that people who are following DOS, that DOS will give them Fulani accounts and ask them to pay money there, they will do so. They cannot. They will query. They will query the accounts. But in Ngozorabeze brought Fulani account, Islamic Bank, and the account holder name is a Fulani person. And we, after the whole things we told these Alamajiris following Ngozorabeze, they still went there, they still go and pay money into the account. At the end of it, they publish their names, yet they are still following her. These are Alamajiris we have in Biafra struggle. So now, you talked about, let me not digress much, you talked about why didn't Oge? Do you know the work of COS? Do you actually know what COS is? Ordinary chief of staff, who is an errand person in the office of president or prime minister, will come out and dissolve CRC, which is like a judiciary arm in government in exile. Who gave her such power? You know, when people are seeing all these things, they will say, these guys are not serious. With this rubbish you guys are doing on social media, yesterday we saw what Finnish ambassador, we saw the press release, we saw what she said when she had meeting with Tinubu. Now they are now building on bilateral agreements. Now they are now picking interest on investing in power sector in Nigeria, because they've seen that you people whom they are looking at, maybe these people actually want their freedom. They've seen that you guys are just clueless. You guys are just noisemaker. You people don't even know what you want. They decide to go for their interest because this life is all about interest. Life is all about interest. $150 million entered account in USA. And the people who are signatory to the account are free. And people are still donating and paying money into the account. And you said they did so to incriminate Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. The same way you people said that Oge Nkere flew to Finland to indict Simon. And after indicting him, and he still led the Finnish authority to know that he's the acting prime minister and still flew back to USA and they allow him to fly. Look at the lies you guys are telling you. If somebody just reason these lies, say these guys are not normal human beings because the lie is irritating. The lies is not, they're not even coordinated. Yeah, madam, you said you have not spoken with Ngozi Arabeze. You've not done anything. I don't dispute that. It's only you that knows. I am talking based on what you said in the public. The same Ngozi Arabeze, once you make that let me not use once. In that very video, towards the end of your video, you instructed Biafrans to follow Ngozi Arabeze. And you still tell us that you've not spoken with her. Biafrans will bear me witness ever since I've been talking on media. I've not, tell Biafrans to follow Oge Nkere. I cannot. It's not necessary. Because Biafrans, genuine Biafrans, who we are tutored by MNK, knows who is doing it right. And the person who was sent to disrupt what we are doing. All Biafrans are not Alamajiris that follow people like you and Ngozi Arabeze and Adade Oramma. The same men on ground, you guys were calling men on ground when the onslaught was going on. The same men Ngozi Arabeze called criminals. And the PM is answering question because he said he's the one commanding them. He's answering question because they said Biafra Liberation Army are the reason of insecurity in Biafra land or southeast as Nigeria told Finnish authority. The same Biafra Liberation Army, people like you, they were calling them criminal, car snatchers, calling them all manner of names. The same thing Nigeria government was calling them. The same thing Nigeria government reported to Finnish authority. Even the one you people said he's the deputy prime minister is still calling the Biafra Liberation Army, whom PM Simon Ekpa is commanding, criminals. All the whole handles, social media handles, especially X, she have marked them bad. Say Biafra should not take any information from these. They are criminals. It's fake to justify what Nigeria government is saying. Now, who is Ngozi Arabeze to call Oge Nkere for accountability? When Emeka Livingstone and Ifeanyi Biko was calling Madam Azoka and the PM Simon Ekpa to account, what did you say? I know the video, series of videos you made. Then you said, who are they to call Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Then he was a spokesperson. Say, who are they to call him for accountability? Is their word. You said, is Simon and Madam Azoka accountable to them? Ngozi Orabeze, how can Oge Nkere was elected, scrutinized by Simon, and the same Ngozi Orabeze, in her words, said very soon, PM will join us. Why is she in a haste to audit a finance minister who is accountable to Prime Minister? The same time, Prime Minister is being, held accountable, or they were interrogating him on the activities of Biafra. The same time, the one, and what's it called? Ngozi Orabeze. The same time, Ngozi Orabeze is asking Oge Nkere to come and account. Dimkpa Benin, if you happens to be in Oge Nkere's shoes, will you come and account to Ngozi Orabeze? Because in that video, you said when Ngozi called him to come and account, why didn't he come out? Because he has skeleton in the cupboard. If he happens to be in the position of Oge Nkere, will you account anything to Ngozi? In this accountability, in this auditing, what will Oge Nkere be saying? Okay, he will be start telling Madam, 20 million or 15 million was budgeted for groundnut that men on ground we are using. 30 million was budgeted. I disbursed 30 million for the plank they are using. I disbursed amount of money from the one they are using in Ghana. Is that what you want him to come and be saying when his master is being queried? When his master is, held incommunicado. Dimkpa Benin, do you have common sense? Do you have common sense? The same Ngozi Orabeze said she will not work with CRC. No, she dissolved CRC and said she will not work with the charter which later became constitution. 2023, she was gallivanting all over the podium when this same charter was adopted and voted. Gallivanting that 2023. 2024, when the same charter was made as a law subject to amendment that will be guiding the government in exile, she was right there, same podium, gallivanting. Now she said she will not work with the charter or constitution. Is that how you people will run Biafra government? Because PM made us to understand that the way they run this government in exile will show us how Biafra government will be run when Biafra is fully restored. Barely how many? 2023, 2024, 2025, in a space of 3 years. Not even in a space of 2 years. Your own charter, your own law, you could not honor it. And you want to tell me that word will take you people serious. You cannot honor your own charter. The same thing you are accusing Nigeria. Nigeria don't obey their own laws. They don't obey any treaty they enter into. They don't obey any charter. See your own. You are not yet a nation. You cannot honor your own charter or your own constitution. Do you think that everybody in this struggle are Alamajiris that are following Ngozi Orabeze and the ones who are singing or singing songs of praises to you people. There are people who we are well taught by MNK in University of Radio Biafra who will still reason. You still reason. So all these things we are saying now, to cut the whole long story short, please, we Biafrans want the transaction payment slip of that 150 million, because this is a transaction. We want to see the payment slip. You can't just hold pen, come out, sit one place and be telling us that 150 million was transferred to Oge to sabotage Biafra. Just mere mouth. No. You have to show us proof by showing us the payment slip, the wire payment slip. Who is Oge Nkere that Nigeria will spend $150 million? MNK, they kidnapped and rendition to Nigeria. China Sanwo-Olu said Nigeria spent $9 million. Then Oge Nkere, $150 million. Are you kidding us? Are you kidding us? Do you think we are all alamajiris that are following your people? We reason. So Biafrans want that payment slip. We want to see it. Very, very important. We want to see it. We want to see the payment slip. Genuine Biafrans, if you come across this video, please subscribe, like, share until it gets to this Dimkpa Benin. Until it gets to him. I greet you all. Don't threaten me. He get as I take day. He get as I take day. Oh. Don't threaten me. Say whatever you want to say, but don't threaten me. Dear friends, I greet you all.